What's good, boys? I got a video for you guys today. What the video is gonna be about is about, and the reason why I'm looking down is because I wrote a script about it. But it's about the crisis of men and how we're falling behind, and not just this year, but in recent years. And so, boys are falling behind girls in math and English in grade school, and we represent just 40% of college students. Okay, so just to put that into perspective for you guys, for every 3 girls that graduate, there's only 2 men who graduate. All right, so our scale, like, we're dumbing down. Okay, so, and not only that, there's fewer men who are more than capable to work. They're in their prime years, but they just don't want to work. So we're getting lazy too. And also, what's it? 1 in 4 boys are categorized with having a developmental disorder. And that's whether dyslexia or any other form of learning disability, you know. So that's the reason why we're dropping out or we're having to repeat grades. And yeah, it's not good. You know, so we're really not educating ourselves. But to be honest, it starts with the men, because we're not giving the boys a good example to follow, you know, because a lot of us, you know, we're really not doing the things we're supposed to do either. So that's what the boys, they look up to. So if they see their dad or their brother or their older cousins aren't doing anything positive, what do you think the boys are gonna do? They're just gonna follow in the footsteps they have in front of them, you know. So not only with that, but with the men, we're overdosing in crazy rates. We're drinking ourselves to an early death. We're fat. We're undisciplined. We're lazy. And then we're blaming everything on the women. We say women just have higher standards. And yeah, they do. But that's because they really don't like the pool they have to choose from. And honestly, I don't blame them. You know, like we really don't want to do anything with our lives, but we still have in our heads that we're, you know, the shit. And it don't work like that at all. You know, so if we keep on playing the blame game, you know, it's just gonna get worse for everybody, you know. So, and that's really scary, man. Like, we're going to prison, we keep going to prison, we keep leaving our kids with no guidance. We just living with the mothers, and that's a stressful job, you know. So in other words, they do the best that they can, given the resources that they have, and they still gotta support the baby daddy or the dad that's in prison, you know. And you know, and it's a difficult situation, because when he gets out of prison, his resources are gonna be limited, and the things he's gonna be able to do are gonna be limited. So he's really gonna have to have a fire under his ass to do anything positive with the remainder of his life. Because let's face it, if you go to prison, those are wasted years. If you learn, let's say, if you learn how to educate yourself in there, you know, and you get some kind of degrees or certifications, and let's say you get ripped, and you build that habit in there, and you build a habit of educating yourself in there, and you don't bring that shit out here with you, you're fucked. I know a whole bunch of people who've been in prison. A lot of people around me have been in prison. I haven't, and I thank God for that. But all the people that have went to prison, and they've been around me, they've been close to me, as soon as they get on the outside, they drop all the good shit, all the good habits they had in there, you know. So it's a case of you make the best out of your situation in there, but as soon as you come out here, you're bombarded with all the distractions that the outside world brings, you know. And all the younger kids, they see that, you know, and they don't have any role models to look up to, you know. And that's why, in my opinion, I feel all the boys are starting to That's why all the boys are falling behind too, you know, because they don't have any role models. Because the men don't want to do anything, like don't want to work out, addicted to drugs, addicted to porn, drinking themselves to an early grave. They're unfit, unhealthy. And I'm gonna tell you something else. In 10 years, a lot of us are gonna be dropping like flies. You know, and that's a scary truth. You know, we're gonna get diabetes, we're gonna get heart disease, you know, we're gonna get a bunch, or we're gonna start to develop a bunch of diseases that are gonna ultimately take us away from our loved ones. And we say we love them so much, but we're not willing to do anything for ourselves. And that don't work, because you can't take care of anybody or show for anybody if you can't show for yourself, you know. And it's scary. So what I know, what a lot of men have to do is they have to educate themselves. They gotta get a discipline. They have to start learning a trade that's gonna make them more money so they could better support their family. They have to get their health in check so they could be here longer for their family. They have to get their mental health in check too, so when you're dealt with a tough situation, you don't check out and you don't fall back into negative behavior, you know. And a lot of us men, we rather be in competition with other men because we let our ego get in the way. And instead of being in competition with other men, we have to work in unison with other men so we could help the younger ones, because they're gonna be the future, you know. So that's just a food for thought. That's just something I had to get off my chest. I actually wrote an email about it, and I'm gonna post it on my Instagram. So if you guys want to check it out, it's at JN Health Nutrition, you know. So with that, I'll see you guys next time, and you guys have a good one.